I'm here with Nick Patrick, the CEO and co-founder of Radar. So geolocation tools are becoming increasingly important for operators. What challenges do they address?
Yeah, for a lot of use cases and a lot of jurisdictions, geolocation is required. You need to verify which country and state a player is in. You need to make sure they're not spoofing their location. So we're starting to work with a lot of U.S. operators for geolocation compliance. But there are also applications for geolocation in other jurisdictions as well. We've signed a few Brazilian operators, and so we're really excited about that. And I think there are also applications for geolocation beyond just compliance, for marketing, engaging players in the right place, right time. So I think one thing that makes Radar unique is we have a lot of customers outside of gaming. We have a long history in geolocation, and that brings a unique perspective to the gaming space.
And you mentioned some challenges there. So what are some of the core features that Radar offers that helps tackle some of these?
Yeah, I think when it comes to understanding which jurisdiction a player is in, there are a lot of components to that. How do you get accurate geolocation data from a device? How do you make sure you have accurate polygons for a given country or state or province? In a lot of U.S. states, there are excluded areas like tribal areas. So being able to collect accurate latitude and longitude from the device and do all the point and polygon lookups is a big part of it. But players can also spoof their location. They can download fake GPS apps. They can use proxy or VPN services. Maybe operators want to spot things like two players logged in with the same user ID, but in inconsistent locations. So all sorts of geolocation spoofing and fraud detection, and we bring all of that together in a single platform. You can also geofence other things. So Radar makes it really easy to geofence casinos or sports stadiums or airports or conference centers. You can really geofence anything you want. So we bring all of that together into a geolocation platform that's really easy to integrate, cost effective, and really, really flexible for operators.
Amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about your industry-leading latency, reliability, and accuracy?
Sure. Performance is really important for a lot of reasons. I think a lot of it comes back to player experience, right? If a player logs into an app, they want to get verified, get in quickly. They don't want to face any unnecessary delays when they're, placing a wager. So to the extent that you have to do geolocation checks, being really fast and being really accurate is important. I personally live on the border, very close to the border of New Jersey and New York. And there have been times where I've used, mobile sportsbook apps, and I've been locked out. It'll say you're too close to the border, or it'll, spin for 30 seconds. And there's nothing more frustrating for a player than being locked out unnecessarily. So that's a big part of it. Obviously, stability and uptime is really important. So if you're an operator, the last thing you want is for your geolocation provider to be slow or go down. You lose business, right? So we've been around for almost a decade as a geolocation platform. We bring a lot of existing scale and enterprise readiness into the gaming space. We're actually processing over 1 billion API calls per day from 300 million devices globally. So we're ready to handle the Super Bowl spikes and any traffic that operators throw at us.
Okay. And finding ways to remain compliant, especially in newer markets, of course, is of paramount importance for operators. How can Radar help?
Yeah, I think, understanding geolocation best practices or geolocation requirements for a given jurisdiction or use case is something we can help with. Will, our head of gaming operations, just joined a couple months ago. He used to work at Bet365 in the American Gaming Association. He's building out compliance and licensing and risk teams. So I think if you had talked to our competitors a year or two ago, they would have said, well, Radar doesn't know gaming. We're gaming experts. I think that's very quickly changing. So even beyond the technology, we bring a lot of expertise and advice. We also aim to make it really easy to integrate. So we have SDKs you can put into your iOS and Android app or into your website with just a few lines of code. And that's kind of it. You can flip some switches and say, I want to allow these jurisdictions, block these jurisdictions, perform these checks according to my use case, set up these reports, and it kind of just works. But we also give you the flexibility to customize where it makes sense as well.
Well, Nick, all the best with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.